That's right. I'm in the house. Good afternoon. Happy Friday. Welcome back to Duffers Review 19th hole. Let me get situated here for you guys. Wow, what a week. It's been actually a double week. I spent last week out in California golfing with some wonderful guest Duffers, Morgan, Kendall, uh, you know, all kinds of new antics and stuff that'll be coming out to you guys here soon. So welcome in. This is Duffers Review 19th hole. I am David. I am Duffer One. Your duffer of all duffering things when it comes to golf and everything golf. So what we do here in Duffers Review in the 19th hole is we talk everything golf, anything associated to golf, and anything about golf. Right? This is a golf related, semi podcast or whatever YouTube video where we come every Friday 4:30 PST. We like to raise a glass to you guys. Cheers. Let's see the D right there for Duffer. All right. It's you're in the 19th hole, so you gotta at least start the thing out right. And it also loosens me up a little bit. Woo! That's a good one. We're gonna talk about that one here in a little bit. But let's talk about Duffers Review. So Duffers Review is essentially a podcast to review antics, golf, memes and stories and stuff from all the best golf courses around the nation. We even go outside of, travel abroad a little bit. Vacation golf is what I like to call that when we decide to leave the country and check out some other places. Now, here's what's so unique about that. We like to go out with other duffers. So the goal is for you to like, subscribe, let us know where you want us to play, right? When we'll come out. Now, what's so unique about this? I talked about this last week or the week before. We had to have some change up due to weather and some scheduling, but this next week is Reno. And I will be joining guest duffers. It's been an absolute invite. Nick and his crew is all set to play 3 different courses in Reno next week. We're going to be out there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we're going to be going live on location. This one's going to be a really good, interesting one, live on location, because we're going to be out on a course Friday afternoon during the 19th hole. We're going to try and schedule this to where we're hitting the 19th hole, but you might be joining us as we're coming into the last few holes. So that one should be exciting, as we play that one on the fly and by the ear, coming in off the course. So you'll be able to see one of the, kind of a behind the scenes of a course review as we're in the middle of shooting and filming. Now, we've been working really, really hard, kind of behind the scenes, tweaking things together, getting a lot of different insight from friends, family, from duffers as we've been filming on how to best put this together. So I kind of want to start that off, with everybody and just kind of say, hey, this is the 19th hole Duffers Review. What do you guys want to see? All right. We started a Thirsty Thursday, talking about all the great, drinks that can be, had and or made or taken to the course, right? You guys have seen, in my videos, the Dude Bad make its appearance, when we play Duffers Rules. Duffers Rules. It's really simple. When you come out with the Duffers, and we abide by anyone's, preference, you do not have to play Duffers rules. But what we try to do, since we don't know everyone's handicap, and not everybody has a gin handicap and card, and you want to gamble and have some fun, and play antics with the Duffers, we just simply say, all right, not a problem. Here's how we handicap everyone for the round. We start out with Duffers rules, and that's as simple as for a par, it's a shot. For a birdie, it's 2 shots. And for an eagle, if by chance it is obscene, it is 3 shots, and we call you an Uber. Now, of course, it's even more fun. Every course that you go and play, we also have the Duffers Review Par 3 Las Vegas Challenge. That means every par 3, if there's a hole in one, the Duffers are taking that group to Las Vegas, and we're going to party like there's no going out of style. Now, the wife may not agree with that. My credit card definitely gets scared, and it's definitely probably made my par 3 game worse than it ever was before, because I seem to like not even hit greens anymore in the fear of that. You're going to see a great clip getting posted this next week from the California events, because there was a wonderful 9-hole, I guess you would say. I called it an executive, where the credit card was tested. I literally watched the ball lip out of a hole in one and stop inside of 6 inches, which the clip was absolutely amazing. I can't wait to get that, finally edited and put out there for you guys. So again, that's what the 19th hole is about. Duffers Review, reviewing golf courses to make sure that you are getting the best bang for your buck, right? Because I don't know how many times I've gone out to a course and or used Golf Now or one of the other multiple, golf sourcing apps, that you're looking at the pictures, you're looking at a great view, and all of a sudden you realize you get there and you're like, I just got catfished. What is this? And I know you guys have those courses. There's courses that are probably in your backyard. That here's a question I'll ask you guys: have you done it? Have you like, "Oh, I just want to get out, and ABC course is like right here. I know I could go get out, and I'm just going to go out there and get on," versus spending the extra 5-10 minutes of driving to a course that you know is better, right? And you end up going to this just goat track of a course because you want to play, and you know you can get out to play, but then you just end up just torturing yourself, right? So we like to go out and review those and let you know, hey, if you're in this area, right? And I'll give you a perfect example. Right here in my backyard, I live in Gilbert, Arizona, right? I've got Cocopelli in a stone's thrown distance from me, but I also have Western Skies. Yes, I got to drive about three more lights away, and it's a little bit more. All right, get through the neighborhood, go up 3 lights, and get there. The price difference, Western Skies is cheaper every time, and they are 100 times in a better price range. So I would rather drive the extra 10 minutes to go play a better course for the better bang for the buck. And that's really what Duffers Review is all about. So let's get into it. All right, this last week is what we're going to do. We're going to do a quick kind of recap here, for the FedEx Cup. So let's talk about FedEx Cup results. All right, so I'm just going to go out and say it. I was bored out of my mind. It was in the final stretch of the final round, I thought, Xander was going to really kind of like make this worthwhile and come to the end. But I'm tired of watching these super major events where the courses have been just kind of like dumbed down or simplified. 27 under? Come on. This is the final tour championship and somebody's posting 27 under? And I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. As much as people have their, oh, I'm pro live, I'm pro PGA, I think the split is slowly just decimating the tour altogether. You don't have the names. You don't have the people that could play truly tough courses. So we're dumbing down courses, right? We're making them easier. Where the players are even saying this. Now, here's I'm completely open. Would love to go play one of these courses right after one of these events. Hell, there was a questionnaire or something that says, people would start watching even more if they put a duffer in that was a non-qualifier just so they could play side by side with some of the pros and show that antics. I think that's why it's so great to watch an amateur at the Masters. You kind of get to see that. But sometimes that amateur is on the path of, becoming pro. So it's like, hey, take a weekend duffer, put them out in one of the tournaments, one of these majors, and put it up as a side bet pool, right? Will they or won't they? Will they score over 100? Will they score under 100, right? I think you would talk about the PGA Tour, views start to skyrocket. I'll throw my hat in the ring. I'll play that all day long. I said, because some of these courses, I am looking at some of these scores, I'd gladly say I'll shoot under 90 at some of them, because this is getting a little ridiculous. 27, 22, 16 under, and this is supposed to be the championship of all championships. This is like, playing up to the Super Bowl, and we got negative 27 under. Come on, that was like the year the freaking, I won't say it. I almost said I was going to give the wife some props. They blew out Denver. You guys can piece that one together. But here's things. Wyndham Clark, Rory McIlroy, Cantlay. These were some of the most interesting, kind of watching the second of the pack. I got watching Hovland, no disrespect to Hovland by all means. He put himself in a very statistician direction and mode. He was shooting lights out over anyone else. His putter was absolutely on fire. And I honestly think it made Scheffler uh, rattle. Like he was like I watched one of the hottest putters on tour just kind of like start to fizz out. Maybe he peaked too soon, peaked too early. But it was crazy unique to be able to see some of the best players come together in a culmination, where it landed. But if you were to go back and actually look at the top 30, right, and look at the names. Now, Greg, he's a super, Pinehurst 6, shout out to those guys. He's a super, PGA, what I call a super geek. He knows almost every player on tour. I don't know every player on tour. I like the exciting players on tour. I like to see did they make the top 10, on ESPN? Are they making the play of the day? Are they, kind of going for it, when no one else is going to go for it? One of the best reels I put out in the last 2 weeks was a question of just looking at a shot between two trees and laying up to the left. And the impact from all of you guys was amazing. I've never seen so much feedback. A secondary question: here's what I would do, what I wouldn't do, and then the banter of Duffers between each other, of going, yeah, sure, yeah, you're going to play it around that tree, and what do you just call that, your normal slice? So it was great to see that. But when you're on tour, and you see, a McElroy go for it, I'm going to take it up over this tree, 180 yards out, and he's got like what should be a 60-degree, lift, to start off, and manages to pull it off, right? Those are the players that you kind of watch, the tour for. Hovland, he was playing just mathematical golf. It was put it in the middle of the fairway, put it in the middle of the green, putt once, putt twice, and move on to the next hole. There was no real excitement in watching it. He just happened to be very dialed in. And what made the ultimate difference, his putter was on fire. He was straining stuff outside of the 40-foot as if they were tap-ins. And that ultimately, as you saw it, his finishing position, 27 under. So I don't fault the guy, but here's the reality of it. Not too many people know the guy until he's won these last two. So he's an up-and-comer. I wish him all the best of luck, and we'll see kind of how it unfolds here when it comes to the Ryder Cup. Now, here's what's unique. I talked about this 2 weeks ago, how the Ryder Cup was defined and was built, right? The top 6 players that finished in the tour that made it to the top 30, the top 6 from point standing automatically made it, were automatic qualifiers. That was Scotty Scheffler, Wyndham Clark, Brian Harman, Patrick Cantlay, Max Homa, and Alexander Schauffele. Well deserved. You played the year, you put the points, you made it, basically you made it through the playoff bracket, and you put yourself in position. Then you get to the captain's picks. I don't know. And this is a very, very unique perspective. I'm going to give you my Duffers perspective. I think personally, Zach Johnson was a little high. I think he was toking it up, or he had one too many drinks watching the boredom of the conclusion of the FedEx Cup. I don't know. This 6-pick captain's pick here makes you kind of want to drink. From a coaching perspective, and I'm sure all of us that are being armchair coaches right now, and we talk about this, Brooks Koepka, that would have never, unfortunately, from a Duffers perspective, Liv would have never made the cut. I know why they did it. He won a major, he came back, almost won a second one right behind it. He dominated over on the Liv Tour. I don't know. I don't think he qualifies for the Ryder Cup. That's such a unique. I kind of look at this. This I almost feel like was the moment when the dream team was put together and they grabbed. I can't even think of the guy's name from Duke or whatever. He was just the yeah. We'll put him on there. He was like the college kid they brought out. Now I'm not saying Brooke Koepka's game itself isn't worthy. I don't think it's Ryder Cup worthy. I don't think until they really figure all that nonsense out, I don't think he should have ever been picked, especially against other players in the PGA Tour that have put the work in, and definitely should have been there. Keegan Bradley. I'm just saying that's my perspective on that. That pick I think was an I was going to say was the worst absolute throwaway. Then you got Jordan Spieth, Ricky Fowler, Colin, Morikawa, Sam Burns. I'm there. I see those picks. I think they're kind of justified. I don't think Spieth is dialed in for it, and I sure in the hell don't think Justin Thomas is dialed in for it right now. I think the most points you're going to see lost are going to be on those two picks right there alone. Those spots should have gone to somebody else for who's on fire and who was ready to show up. Neither one of them are showing that they were ready to step into, I guess what you'd be calling this, the Pro Bowl, of events. They're just not there. And trust me, I think Justin Thomas has got a huge weight on his shoulders. Zach Johnson. Yep. Completely kind of like put a huge, hey, that's a guy you just don't leave sitting at home on the bench. That comment kind of was like, man, you're putting already some super weight on the shoulders where the kid's already been falling apart as it is. I like JT. I think he's one of the remaining, I call super fans, in the PGA as far as top 10, players on the tour. He's a name that people know. He has been there. He does have the experience. I don't think his game's dialed in to stand up against, who Europe's going to bring to the table. And it is making it unique. I'm also very, very surprised how fast he launched the names out there. Other captains before, they kind of played the game back and forth. They released them kind of either at the same time, just kind of feeling each other out to see who and what when they were going to do it. And I think they would have had other picks in the bag based on who Europe was going to kind of throw on the roster. This is a very bold move in my perspective, from a Ryder Cup standpoint, just saying, hey, let's throw all the names out there. Here are the semi-best of the nation that we're going to put up under USA, and we're going to take them to Rome. I think it's going to be a pretty somber flight back. I'm going to make my wagers, but at the end of the day, I don't know if this is the crew of crews here. There's a lot of good articles, on why. I just don't think, Koepka and JT. I don't know. I think Koepka, he's going to show up and he's going to do something where he's not going to get the proper footage or maybe respect because he's coming in under the live, banner. But I also think he's coming in with something to prove. I think he has, and for those who watched Full Swing, I think he's the one golfer of everyone that he went to live because where he was at the time in PGA, he followed the money. And I have no problem to anybody who went and did that. I would have, you pay me $200 million out of bounds too. So that's not the perspective. But I think the perspective that he does have over there over everybody else is he's not playing for just the money. He's playing to let everyone know that he wants to be the best in the world. So despite the pick, I respect the pick for Koepka here because I think he's got something to prove. And this is a major stage to be able to come back and do this. So that's going to be unique. Now, we only, as of today, for at least what I found, and I haven't seen any other news here, and I was just researching just before I jumped on to ensure. So this is the state of what I was able to find before jumping online today. We only have the automatic kind of qualifiers. You got Luke Donald as the captain, Rom, McElroy, Hovland, and Hatton. That's all I've been able to find so far from the European of who they've chosen, kind of show up and play. Again, Rom, McElroy, Hovland, they're on fire. They're all on fire. They've all been, firing, for top 10, places and finishes. I think McElroy, had he pulled it off, I think he was on pace to try to peak at the tour, championship. But again, the runaway of how easy the course was, from Hovland's perspective, I think it just played too much in his mind, and he just went out there and had some fun. But I think in match play, I think in what we're about to see here in the Ryder Cup, it's going to unfold in a manner that he's going to come out. He's going to come out, with some blood. I think he's going to be one of the front runners in this perspective here, kind of piling in his team. But here's a question, I wish I could ask Greg, because he's a huge Ian Poulter fan. With the move that Zach made with Brooksy, do you think Luke Donald makes with Ian Poulter? He's got one of the best Ryder Cup history, records in history. Do you leave him on the bench because he's over at Liv? This is an opportunity. This is a chance that I think Ian Poulter is probably, throwing some text messages, some emails, he's probably even thrown over some of the cash from the Live events and said, "Hey, I want a spot. I need a spot." I think it's a spot that needs to be provided. Me personally, since you already let Brooksy in, I hope to God they put Poulter in, just because I think it's going to make it an event like no other. I think it's going to be something that's going to be really, really fun to watch, and see from that perspective. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Do you think the Ryder Cup? Where are you going? Who do you have? This is going to suck. I really, really want just the USA inside of me. Once to say you're bringing it home, Team USA. If I was in Vegas, my money would go on the European team. I just don't think they picked that squad correctly. And unfortunately, JT, I love you. Give me a shout out. I'd love to go play with you. But I think you're in the funk Brooksy was 2 years ago. I think you're in the funk that he's reinventing, retrying to find. I think your time is still yet to come. I think you will catch that fire. I hope that you prove me so wrong at the Ryder Cup, and your fire is you reignited there, and you're seeing the field, as they say, with blinders on, that everything is just pure and you're just in your moment in time. But my Vegas wager, over here on DraftKings is a Ryder Cup for the win. With that being said, let's talk about this. So Thirsty Thursdays. I'm trying this out. I'm throwing it out there. And I'd love to hear some feedback on this and on a bunch of our socials. What drinks do you take out to the course? All right. Hey, right now, this is, 19th hole. I'm drinking the classic. This is the Duffers review, what I call the cherry bomb. I'm a Pepsi guy, so it's cherry Pepsi, and this happens to be a home-brewed blend rum that I've thrown through a whiskey barrel for a little bit of extra flavoring. So this thing is, every time I, have guests over, they always say it's the bomb. So it's kind of inherited the name, cherry bomb. So cheers up to that. But Thirsty Thursdays, I'd love to hear what you guys take out to the course. Whether it's beer, everyone drinks beer on the course. I'm not a beer drinker. I can't even say beer without ever actually meaning it like it's anything. It's just piss water, in my perspective. I'm sure I'm gonna get a bunch of hate comments about this. Whatever. There hasn't been a single beer that I've been able to, throw back that's been worth its while in any way, shape, or form. It's just maybe my taste buds are for more classic, refined, not feet I guess, I guess that's what it is. So we'll see it on that perspective. I knew as soon as I was going to do this, it was going to, yeah, whatever. Yeah, right. Anyhow, that'll be the day. Only time the wife picks up a beer is if she's forced to play beer pong, and even then she'll pawn that off on something else. I don't believe beer, and I'm heartbeat for that one. So again, let me know the drinks that you guys would like to. I should test out. I started the Thirsty Thursday with a transfusion. I mistakenly called it an infusion because I was probably in desperate need of one for amount of drinking and stuff we had did in California or for the Las Vegas event. Sorry, that was for the Las Vegas one, but it's a great drink. It has probably become my front runner out on the golf course to get things started. However, though, you do have to have the right ingredients. We've had an attempt at it where they're like, oh, I don't have this one or that one, and it just really doesn't come out the same. So definitely dial in. Let me know on all the socials when you see me jump in on Thursdays and throw the drink of the week out there. If it's one that you take out onto the course or not. All right, that's Thirsty Thursdays. All right, the golf course drinks and stuff like that you got going on. Here's something else I'm going to do for you guys. The wife suggested it, and we're going to call it Friday Finds. This week's Friday Find. I'm going to add this to the stream over here. Get off my notes. Man crates. All right. So man crates, and the reason I was talking about this is because this is where I actually got created here. And I'll show it to you guys. The wife got me this. It was a beautiful gift. See, here's my version of it over here on my screen on the little thing over here, right? It's customizable, and it's a little mini whiskey barrel that the wife had got me that I've been infusing rum notes with the whiskey barrel. This is a great gift. This is a great golf find. I think this is definitely golf related because I mix this. I put it up into all my drinks, bring it out to the course, something like this. If you're looking for a gift, for the golfer around you that wants to play a little bit with their perspective of how their golf game is coming, or even the drinks they're bringing out here, go to Man Crates. Not a paid promo or anything like this. It just happened to be a very, very good gift that I received from the wife that has made a game changer in how I approach, my rum and blending rums, stuff like this. So very, very good gift. Please check it out. If you haven't, hey, there's this man, shout out to him. That's all this one is. There's no paid, promotion to this one here. And that's what is blended in, today's drink. So there's your Friday find, Man Cranks, and it's the mini barrel solution there. So definitely. What's great though is, as you can see here, they'll customize glasses for you as well. I think you see the D on there a little bit. Tilt it a little bit. They'll do to match the whole set. She got me a decanter, this, and 4 glasses to go with it. It was a beautiful, add to the collection. So definitely go out there. There is your Friday find for the week. And to wrap it up, I'm a minute left in today's, podcast. I appreciate you guys, tuning in for those that have. And it is Toka Sticks is literally dropping in 1 minute. Go out and check the latest in the Duffers review. This golf course is coming out, and we are now finally burning and turning the courses for our YouTube channel. You'll see these coming out every week at 5 o'clock on Fridays. Go out and check out the shenanigans of Toka Sticks. Make sure you like and subscribe. Let me know where you want to play next. I'll be happy to come out and play with you or review a course that you're getting ready to go to. Give us some advancement, and we'll put it onto the schedule. And we're gonna tag you. We're gonna let you know. We'll talk about your specific course that you want to see, reviewed, or if you have some hidden gems. Those are some of the best ones I'd love to know about. We played one in California that I lived in the area and never knew this course existed, where it was at. I'm crazy excited for you guys to see that one coming up here and some future reviews. But again, like, subscribe, check out Toka Sticks going live right now on YouTube officially at 5 o'clock. Let me know what you think and appreciate it. See you guys next week live from Reno. Like, subscribe. Again, I appreciate every last one of you guys for stopping by, checking it out, leaving a comment or a like, and hitting us up on all the socials. Have a wonderful weekend and keep on swinging.